And welcome to 2 Minute Tuesdays, and today we're going to be talking about the HPA Axis, otherwise known as the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis. That takes 2 minutes on its own, doesn't it? And we're going to be reviewing a paper here where we talk about the HPA axis and how the sex hormones affect the HPA axis. So a little bit scary there, but let's talk about the HPA axis. It stands for the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis. Now, the hypothalamus and the pituitary in your brain, and they send chemicals to your adrenal glands to have an action. So, for example, if you get really stressed, and if you look at this diagram here, you can see that what stress does here is that it causes this cascading effects. It stresses the hypothalamus that perceives the stress. It gets all the inputs from the brain. It sends a chemical down to the pituitary gland to drive the pituitary gland to release adrenocorticotropic hormone, which innervates the adrenal glands to release two major chemicals. And those two chemicals are cortisol, and you've probably heard of cortisol, and everyone hates cortisol, and it also releases adrenaline. Now, adrenaline gets your heart going and gives you all the vibe and all that to get the fight or flight or whatever, and the cortisol comes out later to calm everything down. And you might go, well, that sounds pretty simple, Steve. Well, it does, until you introduce sex hormones. Testosterone, that's mainly found in men, has a negative effect on the HPA axis. In other words, it blunts its response, which helps the male keep, relaxed, a bit in stress. Now, women have a hormone called progesterone, which innervates the HPA axis to down-regulate it again. So testosterone and progesterone down-regulate the HPA axis. Guess what estrogen does? It drives the HPA axis and causes people to respond more heavily to stress. So thanks. That's been 2 Minute Tuesday.